Zim. All right, I think he just stepped out. Oh, he's logged out. I don't know. Let's just wait for them. Please do not log out. Do not log out because once you log out, the meeting will stop recording.
Okay, I should wait for them.
Yes, please don't log out.
Like, like how long?
Just 1 minute more now to your time. It's first supposed to say at 7:30. Let's just give them 2 minutes. Once we have one or
Okay.
two people join, once it's 8 to 7:30 and one person is there, we start.
All right.
Ah! Come out! Come out! Hello, Mr. Collins. Azim is there. You can start. Hello, Azim.
Hello, Mrs.
Hello,
Zima. Good evening.
Azim.
Mrs. Zima, good evening, man.
Yes, good evening. Good evening. Mr. Collins.
Mr. Collins, good evening, sir.
Hello, Mr.
Yeah.
Collins.
Yes. Good evening.
Eh, Okay, you can start.
All right. Good evening, Mr. Azim. So
Good
today we
evening,
are
sir.
looking at, yeah. Good evening. The last time we met, we talked about what did we talk about? We talked about genetics. We're on genetics, and it was a very nice class. All right. Today I want us to look at a brand new topic. I want us to look at one of the systems. I want us to look at respiratory system. Then
Okay, sir, that would be great.
after today's respiratory system, we will look at evolution in the next class. So that's
I
what I
thought we.
intend to do.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Nancy. You're welcome. So let's
Good
start.
evening, man.
Before I continue, I want to know, find out what do you understand by respiration. What is respiration?
So, are you talking about respiration?
Yes, I want to find out the meaning of respiration first before I talk about respiratory systems.
So, on my own side, respiration is the biochemical activity in which glucose is broken down to produce energy, carbon dioxide, and water.
Beautiful, nice one, nice one. But there's one particular thing that you missed out. Yes, it's the biochemical process that leads to the breakdown of food substances to release energy in the presence or absence of what? Oxygen. You know that?
Yes, sir. I missed the word oxygen. Yes, I made a mistake.
Yeah. So we have two types of respiration. We have aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Yes. So they can ask you what are the two types of respiration. You should know that that's what they're talking about. Or they can say what are the two types of cellular respiration. They don't ask you what are the two types of cellular respiration. They can ask you what are the two types of internal respiration. You get me? So that is what they can ask you. But today, like I said, we're going to look at respiratory systems. Maybe in subsequent classes, we'll look at respiration properly. When we'll talk about glycolysis and Krebs cycle. So I want to share my screen now. Is that okay? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Nancy, Azim, can you see my screen? Screen.
Yes, sir. I can see you, sir.
All right. Let me take you down to where I have the notes.
But this is what Badata did in the German. I get it. Not this, not Badata, and good quality. Màá wò ó later. Mo mọ̀ pé ìdí nǹkan náà la gbọdọ̀ upload àti màá wò ó later.
Okay. Can you see what's written on the screen?
So we cannot see it clearly.
Hello?
We
Can you see
cannot see
what's
it
written on
clearly.
the screen?
No, sir. We cannot see it
Now,
clearly.
what about now?
Yeah, we can see it like that.
Even now. What about now?
Yeah, I can see it like
Okay.
that, sir.
So we're looking at respiratory system. So respiratory system is basically okay. So respiratory system is basically talking about how living organisms carry out their own mechanism of respiration. So the mechanism of respiration in different organisms differ. That of human beings differ from that of frogs. That of frogs differ from that of fish. That of fish differs from that of insects. So that is what we're going to look at today. The respiratory system in living organisms. Number one, we're looking at insects. Now, insects, they have what is known as spiracles. Spiracles. And these spiracles, they are found on their outer body, especially by the side. So you can find it by the side of the thorax, find it by the side of the abdomen, and that's where you can find it. So they are like tiny pores or tiny holes, and these spiracles leads to leads to what is known as trachea. Can you see this diagram? Can you see the diagram?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. We can see it.
Okay. So on the outside of the insect, as it is stated and written there, you have the spiracle. So the spiracle is like a tube-like structure, a holy structure, like I said, which leads to trachea. Trachea is found inside the insect. And this trachea, if you look at it very well, it forms tiny branches, which is known as tracheole. Tracheole. Those are those end parts. Those are known as tracheole. Okay. Now this tracheole is connected to hemolymph. Hemolymph is like the blood in the insect. It is spelled HEMOLYMPH. Hemolymph. And this hemolymph has direct contact with the cells in the body of the insect. So it is between the hemolymph and the body cells that gaseous exchange takes place, whereby oxygen is taken in by the body cells through the help of the hemolymph, and then carbon dioxide is taken from the body cells to the hemolymph and then to the trachea and then to the trachea before it's taken out through the spiracle. Did you get that point?
Sir, not get it, Toto. Sir, please recap.
Okay. I said that in an insect, the insect possesses what is known as spiracle. Spiracle is found by the side of its thorax and abdomen. Is that point clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, this spiracle is found on the outside and it leads to the inner part of the insect through what is known as trachea, as you can see in the diagram. Do you see the trachea?
Yes, I can see, sir.
Good,
Yes.
good. Now, the trachea forms smaller branches, which is known as tracheole. You see this end part that looks like fingers, that looks like tiny fingers. Do you see those end parts that look like tiny fingers?
Yes, sir. I'm seeing it.
Good. So it is at this point that gaseous exchange will take place because the air enters through the tracheal, then gets to the hemolymph, which is the blood in the insect. You know, they don't have red blood cells, so we call it hemolymph. So this blood now circulates around the body cells where the gaseous exchange takes place. So from the tracheal, the gas moves to the blood. From the blood, it gets round to the body cells, the different body cells in the insect, where gaseous exchange takes place. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Say that the trachea. Sir, please recap again.
All right. I said that the air moves from the trachea, then goes into smaller branches, which is known as trachea. From the trachea, the air now enters the body cells through hemolymph. Hemolymph. What's hemolymph? What did I say hemolymph is again?
He said it's like the blood of, see, there's not blood, red blood cell, that is like their blood.
Exactly. So the hemolymph carries the air containing oxygen to where you have the body cells where gaseous exchange takes place. I repeat, trachea carries the air, passes it to the hemolymph, hemolymph takes the air and then takes it to the body cells, different body cells in the body of the insect where gaseous exchange takes place. But when I say body cells, I mean something like organs. Just like us now, we have organs. We have different types of organs. We have lungs. We have what do we have again? We have heart and all those stuff. So it takes it to the different body cells, and then that's how it's circulated around the body. Do you understand? Nancy, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Azim, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So further to further show the description of where the spiracles is found, this is an insect. This is a fly. Here you can see the diagram.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Now you see the spiracle. This is one abdominal spiracle. Look at where it's found by the side of the abdomen. Uh-huh. Then you have thoracic spiracle. Look at where it's found by the side of his thorax. Now those spiracles, it leads to trachea, like I said. This is diagram of trachea. This is a trachea, which leads to smaller branches, which is known as tracheole, just like I've rightfully said. And then the tracheole is what? So the trachea is collected. Can somebody explain? Can somebody explain?
So explain what? You know what you're saying, sir.
So all these things I've been saying since you not hear anything.
You said that crack you, and you said that you are just showing us the diagram of the crack you, and you said I
Sir,
explain.
sir, sir,
So
please, to be honest,
this first one I showed you, can't you
I
explain
can
from here,
barely
Mr.
hear
Azim?
you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can
Yes.
hear you. I understand the question, sir.
And I say you should recap now. Explain to my understanding. You're saying explain what? Mr. Azim, explain. Explain this tracheal system of insect.
Okay. The spiracle, okay, you said that we have the spiracle in the abdomen and we have the spiracle in the thorax. Yeah. You said that we have the spiracle in the abdomen and the spiracle in the thorax. You said that the
Okay.
spiracle is the part. You said that the spiracle is the part showing outside. Why the
Okay.
trachea is made up of why when the trachea is extended to the body, when the spiracle is extended to the body, it forms trachea. And the smaller branch, like the smaller branch that separate, that go into the hemolymph, which serve as their blood, is known as the trachea.
Okay.
And the hemolymph carries the blood, carries the air, which is the oxygen throughout their body, just as the blood functions in multicellular organisms.
Okay. So you not say anything about gaseous exchange. That you got it too, but you didn't say anything about gaseous exchange. Hello, Mr. Azim, are you there?
I'm there, sir. I'm here, sir. Sir.
So that's the only point that you missed out, but you got it very well. Very well, you got it. All right, Nancy, let's hear from you. How does it work?
Sir, please, what did you say?
How does the tracheal system of an insect work in carrying out respiration? Today, everybody's going to talk. Oh.
I could barely hear what you said. That was why I was asking from the trachea that you to recap. You didn't hear me.
Okay, so but wait, you can hear me now.
Yes.
But at least you heard what Mr. Azim said. Now, what I'm about to say now is not different from what Azim said. All right, let me just go right again. Now listen and listen well. Oh. The spiracle, they are tiny pores found on the abdomen and the thorax of the insect. And it's only found by the side of the abdomen, also found by the side of the thorax. You understand? So air enters the spiracle, which is on the outside, and goes into the inner part of the insect through the trachea. The trachea carries the air and takes it to smaller branches, which is known as tracheo. Now, the tracheo is connected to the body cells through hemolymph because the hemolymph will take the air and take it to the different body cells. So it is in the body cells that this gaseous exchange will occur with the help of hemolymph. Do you understand?
Yes, I get that part.
Good. So that's how it works now. There's nothing more to say about that. That's how it works. You get it? So, Mr. Azim, thank you very much. Then another thing you need to note is one military mechanism that it carries out. So what it does is this: the insect, if it wants to take in air, it will compress its body dorsoventrally. It will do what? Compress its body dorsoventrally. DORSO, put a hyphen, ventrally, VENTRALLY, dorsoventrally. Now, dorso means dorsal, And dorsal, when you talk about dorsal, you're talking about the upper part of the body of the insect. And then when you talk about ventral, you're talking about the lower part of the insect. You understand? Like from the belly. Like from the belly and all those parts there in that region. Do you understand?
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop again. Stop. Stop.
Do you understand that point?
You said that if you take what
Okay, I should recap again. You said I should recap again.
data,
Okay. So what I said was that the insects, before it can take in air, it has to lie down flat. That's one. It has to lie down flat on the ground. The insect has to lie down flat on the ground and compress. C-O-M-P-R-E-S-S. It has to compress itself dorsoventrally. That means from top to bottom, from its top part to its bottom part. It has to compress itself in order to take in air. It also uses the same compression method to take out air. You understand? Unless that is done, it will not be able to take in air through the spiracles.
yes,
Are you
sir.
getting it now? Nancy, how far are you now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, let's progress. Let's move to the next organism. All right, we're looking at respiration in fish. Respiration in fish. Now, the fish, it makes use of gills. Gills. So it makes use of gills to carry out respiration. And these gills are found in the gill chambers. It's found where? In the gill chambers. We have three types of gills. We have gill raker, we have gill filament, and we have gill arch. Take note, the gills are found at the side of the head, just like in this diagram,
Stop.
just like how
Too
this
much.
diagram is depicting.
Stop.
It's found. Is
Stop.
there?
Are you ready?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on.
No, please, you're too fast. I can't write anything down, please.
Okay. I said that the fish has gills on the side of its head. You get it?
Yes, sir.
I hope okay. Now, these gills are of three types. Can I continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the three types of gills are gill filament, one, gill rakers, two,
Do what?
and gill rakers, Rakers, gill rakers, and gill arch. The spelling of arch is Arch. Is that point clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, like I was saying, these gills are found by the sides of the head. They're both the right side and the left side. And they are covered by what is known as operculum. They are covered by what is known as operculum. The spelling of operculum is Operculum. Operculum. Is that point clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I know you guys have fried fish before. You have cooked fish before, so you must know what I'm talking about. You must have seen this thing, definitely. Especially you, Nancy. Uh, I'm sure you must have seen it before. Okay. So let's read what I wrote
Yes,
here.
sir.
Can you see the write up?
No, it's small.
Okay, let me read it out for you. Fish use gills to breathe. Gills are feathery organs with many blood vessels. To get oxygen, a fish opens its mouth and takes in water. The water then flows over the gills. As the water passes over the gills, oxygen diffuses from the water into the blood vessels, and carbon dioxide diffuses from the blood into the water. This process is called countercurrent exchange, where the blood flows in the opposite direction of the water, which maximizes the amount of oxygen the fish can absorb. They then expel the water through an opening called the operculum. Let me repeat. So in this movement of water and blood,
Sir, please,
as regards
are you hearing me?
in this yes,
I said, sir, can you be slow now? That I'll be able to write it down.
I want to explain what I just read now.
Sir, will you send the note?
Of course,
Um,
now definitely.
okay, sir.
Did you not get the last one, the one on genetics?
I got you, sir.
I did.
Uh-huh. I won't fail to send the note now. So as I was saying, they said something about counter current exchange. Now, in the case of counter current exchange, is a situation whereby blood flows a different direction compared to water in the gills. Because if they flow in the same direction, it will be a problem. There will not be proper gaseous exchange. You understand? Oxygen will be hard to be taken in. Carbon dioxide will be hard to get out. You understand? So that is why they have to have a counter current exchange, meaning that the blood moves in one direction and then water moves in the opposite direction. So if you never knew about that, please take note of that. Is that point clear?
Yes.
Is that is that point clear? Azim, Alpha,
Yes, sir.
any difficulty? Am I too fast?
No,
Azim, am
you're
I too fast?
good.
Okay. All right. So let me show you how the gill looks like. The different parts of the gills. Okay. This is the main diagram that I want us to look at. Can you see the diagram? Is the diagram big enough?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's look at their functions. The first one I want us to look at is gill rakers. Now the gill rakers is talking about that part, those sharp parts that is found in the gill chamber. And the function of gill raker is to prevent food substances. The function of gill rakers is to prevent food substances from getting into the gill chambers. The reason why it is very, very important is because if food substances get into the gill chambers, the fish can choke, just like how human beings choke as well. The fish too can choke, and if it's serious, the fish can even eventually die. So that's the function of gill rakers, to ensure that food substances do not get into the gill chambers. Is that point clear?
Yes, sir.
Then we have gill filament. The gill filament. The gill filament is well vascularized. I mentioned something about vascularization the other time. I think I did. What's the meaning of vascularization? Or was it not with you guys? Okay, let me tell you in case you have forgotten. Vascularization which is spelled Vascularization. Vascularization simply means that the particular part of the body is rich with blood. It has a whole network of blood. It has a network of blood. That is what vascularization in human beings, in animals generally means. The same term can also be used in plants, vascularization in plants. But in the case of plants, they don't make use of blood. Instead, they make use of transportation of water and food, as in the case of phlegm for transportation of food, as in the case of xylem for the transportation of water and mineral salts. Do you understand?
Come again, please.
I said, in the case of the gill filament, it is rich because it has a lot of blood. That process is known as vascularization. It has vascularization process occurring in them, meaning that there's a lot of blood flow. Now, I was also trying to synonymously compare the word vascularization as well with the vascularization that you have in plants, because that same term can also be used in plants. But in the case of plants, plants don't have blood. Instead, when they use the word vascularization, they are talking about transportation of water through xylem tissue and transportation of food through phlegm tissue. Is that point clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the gill filament is highly vascularized, and because it is highly vascularized, gaseous exchange takes place there. That is the main place where gaseous exchange takes place in the gill filament. Is that point clear?
Yes, sir.
Now the gill arch, what it does is that it's where all these structures are born. Borne, where all these structures are born from. That is where all these structures come from, such as gill filament, such as gill rakers. So they come from the gill arch. So the gill arch is like a support. It holds them together. Are you getting me? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Azim, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Azim, I observed that once it is something like after 8, you scam classes. Why? You have done it 2 occasions. I hope you will not scam this today tonight.
Sure.
Too. Mr. Azim.
Yes, sir.
All right. This is another view of the gill raker, gill arch, and gill filament. This is another view of it. Yes. All right. Now I want us to look at the process, the mechanism of respiration in fish. Can you see this diagram under where this fish is opening its mouth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you think is entering his mouth? That is blue.
Water.
Water.
Exactly. So water containing dissolved oxygen enters his mouth, and as the water enters his mouth, it is being directed to the gill chambers because the floor of the fish's mouth is being raised so as to direct the water to the gill chambers. And take note. Another thing that occurs while this water is being channeled to the gill chambers is that the operculum is closed. So when he opens his mouth, water enters. The operculum is closed. You get me?
Yes, sir.
So the operculum is closed. and the water is being directed to the gill chambers. Gaseous exchange then occurs. Can you remind me the exact gill parts that gaseous exchange takes place?
Gill filament.
Say that.
Now, so gill filaments, sharp girl. So, gaseous exchange occurs in the gill filaments, whereby oxygen is taken from the water containing dissolved oxygen, and then carbon dioxide moves from the gill filament into the water. Now, how does it get rid of carbon dioxide? Take note. After the water has gotten to the gill chamber, the fish closes his mouth. Then, after gaseous exchange has occurred, instead of the mouth to open, it is the operculum that now opens. The operculum now, remember the cover that covers the gill chamber. It is the operculum that now opens. And when the operculum opens, water containing carbon dioxide is now expelled. Do you understand?
Good
Do you
evening,
understand?
sir.
Yeah, good
No, no,
evening.
sir, no.
Okay, I should explain again.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, who just greeted me? Is this Nancy or somebody else? Sounds like Nancy, though.
It's not me.
Ella.
Oh, Ella, you're welcome. Yeah, the principal. Yeah,
Thank
you're
you,
just
sir.
coming, eh? After 1 hour. Almost 1 hour.
Sorry.
Okay, you want to work again?
Yes, I was just coming back from work.
You're welcome. All right, we
Thank
have
you,
been
sir.
talking about respiration, respiratory system. We just finished
Okay,
that of
sir.
insect. Now we are on that of fish. If there's still more time, I will go back to insect. Or
Okay, sir.
better still, you could, madam is still going to post the video,
Okay,
so
sir.
you can still watch it again. So I was saying,
Mhm.
mechanism of respiration in a fish. What actually happens is this: the fish opens its mouth, the operculum remains closed. The operculum is like the cover that covers the gill chambers. It's found on the side of the head. Ella, you know what I'm talking about now. That thing that is found on the side of the head of a fish. You've fried fish before, you cook fish before.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. That cover by the side of the head, that is what is known as operculum. So it's being
Okay,
closed,
sir.
especially when the fish is taking in water through his mouth. Okay? After the fish has taken water through his mouth,
Okay.
it will now raise the floor, FLOOR. It will now raise the floor of its mouth and direct the water to the gill chambers. Okay, can somebody recap what I just said just now, before I continue? Can somebody recap what I just said? Try now, don't be shy.
Sir.
Yes, Mr.
So
Azim.
Okay. Nancy, go on, go on, go on.
you go. Okay, let me try. So
Okay.
what I've understand so far, you said that when the fish wants to drink water, the water goes directly to the chamber.
You say when the fish wants to drink water, not drink water, when the fish wants to carry out respiration.
Yeah. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, respiration. Sorry. So the water goes directly to the gill chamber. Then when the fish
Oh,
opens the mouth, oh, the operculum is closed.
beautiful, beautiful. So let me continue. You have gotten it. Let me continue from there. So once the water gets to the gill chamber, don't forget it has to to raise he has to raise what?
Floor.
Yes, he has to raise the floor of his mouth. FLOOR. He has to raise the floor of his mouth so that he can direct the water to the gill chamber. Otherwise, the water might not get to the desired destination. So it directs the water to the gill chamber. And when the water gets to the gill chamber, gaseous exchange occurs between the water and the gill filament. You get whereby oxygen from the water moves from the water into the gill filament, and then carbon dioxide from the gill filament moves from the gill filament into the water. Now, after that has been achieved, the fish closes its mouth. And what opens? Once the fish closes its mouth, what opens?
The operculums open.
Yeah, beautiful. The operculum opens, and then the water containing carbon dioxide is taken out. So that is how the fish carries out its mechanism of respiration. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Ella, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What about the other lady? Is it? I've forgotten her name. I she
Yeah,
says she's there.
yes, I'm here.
Ah, yeah, you're highly welcome. You're highly welcome.
I'm here.
Alright. So we're looking at another type of organism. We look at amphibians. We're looking at amphibians. Now, before I talk about an adult toad or adult frog, how they carry out respiration, because it's very similar, I want to talk about their young stage, the young stages of an amphibian, which is known as tadpole. 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 Now, in the tadpole stage, they can swim in water. So, because they have a tail for swimming and all that. So, in the tadpole stage, they have gills on the side of their head, just like that of a fish. They have gills on the side of the head. And these gills are exposed. There is no cover at that initial stage. There is no cover. So, maybe like after 2 weeks or so, the gills will now be covered. But let me talk about when the gill is not covered. When the gill is not covered, it can carry out respiration via diffusion. It can carry out respiration via diffusion because it has a large surface area compared to volume. So it can carry out diffusion via, what am I saying? It can carry out respiration via diffusion. Yes, that is without the operculum, the cover. But after 2 weeks of development, it begins to develop operculum or spout. Sometimes they don't call it operculum, sometimes they can call it spout. Spout is spelled Spout. Spout. So it develops spout or operculum. And then the development of this spout or operculum now enables the organism to carry out respiration like that of a fish. So it will now carry out respiration like that of a fish, especially when it has developed operculum or spout. Is that point understood?
Come again, sir.
I said in the young stages of amphibians, which is known as tadpoles,
Yes.
Tadpoles, they develop what is known as external gills, meaning that the gills has no cover. And because the gills has no cover, they can carry out respiration via diffusion. What is diffusion? Diffusion is talking about the movement of molecules from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration, so they can easily carry out respiration via diffusion. And another thing is because they have a large surface area compared to volume. Is that point understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, please, I
Okay.
have a question.
Is it?
I said, sir, please, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Sir, please, is it because they have a large surface area compared to volume ratio? Is that why they can actually like respire through the aid of diffusion?
Yes, yes, yes,
It is
yes. Because of that, they can carry out respiration via diffusion. Yes. Are you okay with the answer? Are you okay with my answer?
yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Now, after few weeks of development, approximately 2 to 3 weeks of development, you begin to see a spout, spout, or operculum, just like the one I've emphasized under fish, develop. So this spout or operculum, it covers the gills, and once this operculum or spout is developed, the tadpole will now begin to breathe like that of a fish, just like the one I just explained to you now, how the fish carries out respiration. So the tadpole will begin to breathe like that. Is that point understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But sir,
Mm-hmm.
sir,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm listening.
when the when the styles or operculum develop, will it still
Mm.
be like breathe respire with the aid of diffusion?
No, it can't. I said it will carry out respiration like that of a fish. So it won't be through diffusion anymore now. Although
Okay,
diffusion
sir.
will occur, although the diffusion will occur when once the water has gotten to the gill chambers. Yes, diffusion can occur inside the gill chamber, but it won't be like that of external gills. You
Okay,
get it?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, once the tadpole now becomes an adult toad or adult, how do you call it, adult toad or adult frog. They fall under they fall under the class Anura, under the phylum Amphibia, or under the class Amphibia. They fall under Anura. So they have various similarities. So once it has gotten to adult stage, it has gotten to a stage of being an adult. The tadpole, sorry, the frog or toad will now carry out three means of respiration. To carry out three means of respiration, take note. Number one is skin respiration. If you don't call it skin respiration, you call it cutaneous respiration. The spelling of cutaneous is Cutana. Wait, let me spell it again. Cutaneous. 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 So if you say cutaneous respiration, you are still talking about skin respiration. So that simply means that the frog or toad can carry out respiration via its skin because one, because of these conditions. One, the skin is thin. Thin. The skin is thin. Thin. And another thing is because it is highly vascularized. What's the meaning of vascularization again?
So you said if you like you know supply with blood.
It's a broad.
Yes, yes, it's well supplied with blood. So because the skin is also well vascularized. And another thing is because the skin is highly deposited with mucus. The skin has mucus gland, mucus, mucus, mucus gland. And because of this mucus gland, it secretes mucus on the skin, which makes the skin to be moist, to be wet. So because of all this, the frog can now carry out respiration via its body. And another thing again, it also has a large surface area compared to volume. Any organism that can easily carry out whether it's respiration or digestion via its body surface, that particular organism has a large surface area compared to volume. Unlike us, we have connection systems. We have connection systems. First of all, the air has to enter through the nose or nostrils. From the nostrils, it goes into the nasal cavity. From the nasal cavity, it now moves to the tracheal windpipe. From the tracheal windpipe, it now moves down to the bronchus or bronchi. From bronchi, it now moves down to the bronchioles. So our own, we are multicellular organisms. So we don't have a large surface area compared to volume because of these different networks. But their own, they can easily carry it out through their body surface. So that's why they have a large surface area compared to volume. Is you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is for
So I don't
cutaneous. Is there?
I said I don't understand.
What don't you understand? What don't you? You don't understand the old Jack I've been saying. What don't you understand specifically?
The reason why they have like some lot of area to bury it in.
Okay, like I said, we make use of systems. I explained different types of systems in respiratory system. I explained different types of connections rather. I said that for air to pass in to your body, it has to go through your nostrils, goes to the nasal cavity, trachea, then from trachea goes to the bronchi, which is in the lungs. Then from the bronchi goes to the bronchioles. From bronchioles, it now goes to alveoli, where gaseous exchange takes place. You understand? Let me also talk about digestive system. You take in food through your mouth. From your mouth, it moves down to the esophagus. From the esophagus, that's another connection. It moves down to the stomach. That's another connection, right? From the stomach, it moves down to the small intestine. The first small intestine is the duodenum. From the duodenum, it now moves down to the ileum, which is the main small intestine, before it now goes to the large intestine or colon. And then before it now goes to the rectum and then to the anus. So all these things are systems. But in the case of like amoeba, you can easily take in food through its body surface by using the pseudopodia. You understand? So those ones, they don't need sophisticated network systems. So because they don't need sophisticated network system, because substances can easily pass through, whether it is gaseous substance, whether it is food substance, it can easily pass through their body surface. You can now say that they have a large surface area compared to volume. They don't need networks like we do. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that's how the thing works. All right. The next one we're looking at is buccal respiration. Buccal respiration is spelled Buccal. Buccal respiration. If you don't call it buccal respiration, you call it mouth respiration. Let me see if I can find a diagram that I can use to explain. Okay. Okay. Let's look at this diagram. Can you see this diagram? Can you see
Yes, sir.
the very first diagram? I want to use the very first diagram to explain. Now, in the case of buccal respiration, this is a kind of respiration that occurs within the organism's mouth lining, MOUTH. lining. So it occurs in between the mouth lining of the organism. So this is how it works. Air enters through the nostril. From the nostril, the air now moves down to the mouth cavity. Now, between the nostril and the end part of the mouth cavity, we have what is known as glottis. You see that part, you see the lungs. That particular point of entrance is known as glottis. So the glottis is still part of the mouth. Did you get that point? Although I did not put the label there, but take note. Just that part before you have the lungs, there is a particular part like an opening, which is known as glottis. It is spelled GLOTTIS. What did I say?
The part that cannot open is called glottis.
Yes, the part. No, it's not as if it cannot open. It can open, but it's like the entrance close to the lungs. It can open and close, but it's the entrance close to the lungs. You know, entrance. When you talk about entrance, you're talking about a pathway that can open and close. So that's what glottis does. So in the case of mouth respiration or the glottis remains closed. Do you understand? Understanding. Do you understand?
So I said in case of mouth respiration, the
Yes.
glottis is closed.
Yes. In the case of mouth respiration, the glottis is closed. Exactly. That's what I said. So let me explain the mechanism again. Air enters through the nostril. From the nostril, the air now enters into the mouth cavity or buccal cavity. So between the mouth lining, so you can see that arrow. You can see the blue arrow and the red arrow.
Yes, sir.
Oh, the red arrow simply means that oxygen has entered through the mouth lining. It has entered through the mouth lining to different parts of the body. Then the blue arrow means that carbon dioxide has moved from the mouth lining into the mouth cavity. You understand? So once this gaseous exchange has taken place, the organism will now raise its mouth several times. It will raise its mouth several times and then force out air containing carbon dioxide. It will force it out. So that's how it carries out its mouth respiration. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is it a unanimous decision? Are you the mouthpiece of everybody? Are you speaking on behalf of everybody? Does everybody understand?
Sir, please, I am kind of confused. Please, can you start from where the red and the blue arrow are?
Okay. I said the red arrow simply means that air that came in through the nostril, then to the mouth cavity, containing oxygen has entered into the body of the animal through its mouth lining. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Then carbon dioxide represents the blue one. It means that
It's going
carbon
out.
dioxide is going out through the mouth lining, is moving out from the mouth lining into the mouth cavity so that it can be expelled, so that it can be gotten rid of. Do you
Okay, sir.
understand? Yes. So that's what happens. That's how it carries out its gaseous exchange. And all along, take note, glottis remains closed. You get it?
Understood.
So,
So that's how mouth respiration occurs. Now, the last one I want us to
okay,
talk about, the last one I want us to talk about is lung respiration. Lung respiration. If you don't call it,
please,
mm, yes,
please, I want to help you.
okay.
Yeah. when the organism is like using vocal respiration, is that when the glutes remain closed?
Yes, yes, the glottis remain closed during buccal respiration. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Mm. So the next one I want us to look at is lung respiration. If you don't call it lung respiration, you call it pulmonary respiration. The spelling of pulmonary is Pulmonary. Pulmonary. Pulmonary respiration. Okay. Now, in the case of pulmonary respiration, it is almost similar to mouth respiration, just a bit of slight differences. Now, this is how it works. Air enters through the nostril, just like how I explained under mouth respiration. Air enters through the nostril and then moves to the mouth cavity. From the mouth cavity, the air now moves to the glottis, where the glottis opens. Yeah, so you take notes. In this case, the glottis opens. So the glottis opens to allow the air to move into the lungs. Now, as the air is moving to the lungs, the glottis now closes. The glottis now closes intermittently. The glottis closes. That's how it is now. Tongue twist. That you can happen to anybody. So the glottis
Sorry,
now,
sir.
yes,
I said
it's all
sorry,
right.
sir.
Yes, yes, it happens. Yeah, such is life. That shows that I'm a human being. So the glottis now closes intermittently. Once the glottis closes intermittently, it now forces the air to the lungs. I repeat, air enters through the nostril, moves to the mouth cavity. From the mouth cavity, it goes to the glottis where the glottis opens. Then intermittently, the glottis closes so as to push the air into the lungs. Once the air has been pushed into the lungs, gaseous exchange will now occur in the alveoli. You know, the alveoli is part of the lungs. So gaseous exchange will now occur in the alveoli, whereby oxygen from the air goes into the alveoli, and then from the alveoli, carbon dioxide moves from the alveoli into the lungs. Oh, you get it? So once the carbon dioxide has gotten into the lungs,
Sir, please,
it now
is it still under mouth respiration or lung?
this one is lung respiration. I told you that they are almost similar, but not too similar. There are just slight differences. So we are under lung respiration. The process whereby the air enters and the air goes out is almost similar to that of mouth respiration. You get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as I was saying, the air now moves from the lungs and then moves to where the glottis is. The glottis opens again to allow the air enter into the mouth cavity. The air, what kind of gas is it containing this time around?
Carbon dioxide.
Exactly, carbon dioxide. So it now goes into the mouth cavity. Then the frog or toad now raises the floor of his mouth several times and forces the air containing carbon dioxide out. So that is how pulmonary respiration or lung respiration is carried out. Almost similar to mouth respiration, but slight differences. The differences are the air must go to the lungs. Another difference is that the glottis opens. Another difference is that gaseous exchange takes place in the alveoli. So those are the differences that you have to note. Whereas in the case of mouth respiration, gaseous exchange takes place between the mouth lining. In the case of mouth respiration, the glottis is not open. You get? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So, please ask a question.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that in buccal respiration it doesn't exceed
Okay.
the, but in pulmonary respiration it exceeds the glutes.
You say it doesn't exceed what?
The glutes in buccal respiration, but in pulmonary respiration it exceeds
Yes.
the
Now
glutes.
you've asked me the question before. I said yes. Now it doesn't exceed. The glottis always remains closed under buccal respiration. But when you talk about lung respiration, the glottis opens. You get it?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay. Okay. I still have another diagram that is depicting this. So you can see. You see the air. The air moves in through the nose or nostrils, also through the mouth as well. That's another thing. You can also enter through the mouth. The air can also enter through the mouth. So you see the head. This particular one shows the exact place where glottis is found. You see that. So once the air enters, the glottis opens, just like how you see it here. So the air now enters to the lungs. Glottis closes. The air now enters to the lungs. Glottis closes so that gaseous exchange can occur, and then it opens once gaseous exchange has taken place, and it is forced out, just like how I mentioned earlier on. Okay. Okay, I gave an assignment. This is for my students. I gave assignment. But sure, you guys are using the same curriculum. So don't say because you saw maybe you guys have seen SS2 on that screen. Be like, why is this man teaching us SS2? You are using the same curriculum, the same curriculum, no difference. So both WAEC and JAM, you're using the same curriculum. It's just that when it comes to past questions, it's a bit technical. But I believe your capability, you will scale through. In Jesus' name, inshallah.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
So the assignment
Mister,
was, I beg your pardon? The last person, what did you say? I didn't get you.
I said amen.
Okay. I forgot to also pray in native language. All those any herbalists in the building.
He
Sorry, Baba.
said,
Okay, he said okay. Okay. All right. Draw and label the structures of the gill of a fish. Don't worry. It's already there. I've already drawn it for you now. So you are not going to
Hey.
do any that kind of assignment. I've already done it for you now. It's in a note. So I will send a note later. This is it now. This is what I want you to draw. This one that has gill
Teacher.
filament, eureka.
Thank you.
There's no need for you to draw it again. All right. We have finished that of fish,
Restoration.
insects, and frog. We're not done with respiration. No. Now we're looking at that of mammals. We're looking at that of mammals, where
Okay.
you fall in, where human beings fall under. Is this
Mm.
one big enough for you to see now? This right up.
yes, sir.
Yes.
Well, let me read it for you so that I won't waste time. Mammals, like humans, have a more complex and efficient respiratory system centered around lungs. Breathing involves two main processes. One of the processes is inhalation, in brackets, inspiration. In the case of inspiration, the diaphragm, which is a large muscle between the lungs, contracts and moves downward, and the intercostal muscles between the ribs contract, lifting the rib cage up and out. This increases the volume of the chest cavity, causing air pressure inside the lungs to drop below the external air pressure, so air rushes in. Exhalation, which is still another efficient way human beings carry out respiration. Exhalation, or you call it expiration, the diaphragm or intercostal muscles relax. I'll still explain everything. I just want to read it off. This decreases the volume of the chest cavity, increasing the pressure inside the lungs, which forces the air out. The actual gas exchange happens in tiny air sacs in the lungs called alveoli, where oxygen enters the bloodstream and carbon dioxide exits. Okay, now let's look at a diagram which I will use to explain. Okay, can you see this diagram?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now, first and foremost, air can enter through the nasal cavity, and don't misquote me. It can also enter through the mouth, but mostly we make use of nasal cavity, especially if you don't have congestion, you don't have catarrh, all those things. You make use of your nasal cavity. So through your nostrils, it gets into your nasal cavity. Then the air now travels and goes to the pharynx. What's another name for pharynx? Who can tell me what's another
Esophagus.
name for pharynx?
Esophagus.
Uh, Throat, esophagus. Is esophagus throat? No, no. Esophagus is different too. Esophagus is the channel that leads to the stomach. Pharynx is throat. You get me?
Yes, sir.
You get me, sir? Yes. So throat, pharynx. The air enters through the pharynx or throat. Then it now moves to the larynx. What's another word for larynx?
Is it
Well,
Adaban?
larynx is talking about your voice box. What's responsible for your change in voice? You understand? What's responsible for your change in voice? That's what larynx is about. You get me? Before when you were small, especially Azim, before puberty, you understand? Mommy, I want to eat on me. Everybody sounds like a girl, you understand, at that point in time. But once puberty sets in, especially as a male, your voice begin to get deep, like how it's getting deep now. You understand? So that's where your voice changes, larynx. Then from there, the air now enters the trachea. Another name for trachea is known as windpipe. What did I say?
Another
Windpipe.
name for
Windpipe.
trachea is windpipe.
Exactly, windpipe. So take note. The trachea is surrounded by rings of cartilages. Rings of cartilages. And its particular type of cartilage is known as hyaline cartilage. The particular type of cartilage that surrounds the trachea is known as hyaline cartilage. It's spelled Hyaline. Hyaline cartilage. Is that point understood?
Come again, sir.
I said trachea is also known as windpipe. Windpipe. And it is surrounded by rings of cartilages. You know, we have different forms of skeleton. We have cartilage, we have bones, and we have what do they call this one? We have cartilage, bones, we have minerals, and we also have yes, that's what we have. That's what we have. Then chitin, yes, we have chitin, and we also have the other one that makes use of fluid, hydrostatic skeleton. But for humans, we have cartilage, we have bones, and that's basically what we have. Minerals, that's what we have. So in the case of trachea, it is being supported by what is known as cartilage, and a particular type of cartilage is known as hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage is spelled as Hyaline, hyaline cartilage. So that is what gives the trachea support. Otherwise, the trachea will collapse. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the air moves from the trachea and then goes into the bronchus. You see that part that they wrote primary bronchus. That exact part there, that branch is known as bronchus. Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Or if you enlarge the diagram more. Can you see
Yes,
it
sir.
now? Yes, you can
Yes,
see
sir.
there's primary
Yeah.
bronchus, there's secondary bronchus, there's even tertiary bronchus. You understand? But in your textbooks, especially essential biology textbook and the others, modern biology, they don't put all those primary bronchus and secondary bronchus. They just put it as bronchus. So when you say bronchus, it's singular for one branch of one smaller branch of trachea. When you talk about two, because one leads to the left lung, the other one leads to the right lung. When you talk about two, you call it bronchi. You no longer call it bronchus, you call it bronchi. So bronchus is for one, bronchi is for two. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if you observe, the bronchus leads to smaller branches, which is known as bronchiole. They look like stem. They look stem like a stem of trees. Yes, they look like branches of stem of trees. It's known as bronchiole. Bronchiole. So it is from the bronchiole, the terminal part of the bronchiole, that you now have. You can see this diagram. You see where it's directing. You see the arrow. See where it's directing you to. You now have alveoli. Alveoli is a grape-like structure. Have you? I know many of you have eaten English grapes before. Those tiny, tiny ones that have different color. You have black currant. You have green. You have yellow. How many of you have eaten it before?
Eating
None of you have
water.
grapes now. English grapes. Those tiny, tiny ones.
I
Wow.
haven't.
Have you seen this law?
You've eaten it.
It's the normal grapes that I've eaten.
Which one is normal grape again?
Yes. The normal red grape.
The normal
How does
red
that?
grapes.
How does that one look like?
It's the
It's like
branches that all the small, small branch. They
But
normally package it in all this like
that mostly Abuki people sell, Abi.
no in the supermarket.
Okay,
no
Superman.
some
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's the grape I'm talking about. So it looks like a grape. It has a grape-like structure. So that grape-like structure is known as alveoli or alveolus. Alveolus is for one. Alveoli is for many. Alveoli is for many. So it is at the alveolus or alveoli that gaseous exchange takes place. You can see the gaseous exchange taking place. You see the oxygen there. You see the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide moves from the alveoli to the lungs and then it passes through the same channel in which the air enters outside. Then oxygen enters through the alveoli in the lungs where gaseous exchange takes place. See capillary, you know that. Do you understand that part? Talk
No,
to me.
no.
Okay, where are you confused?
this
From the
carbon dioxide
alveoli, yeah, the
and
carbon
oxygen
dioxide.
gas.
Okay, the carbon dioxide. I said, air, I've been talking about how air travels. Let me recap. Air enters through the nostril, enters the nasal cavity. It now goes to the pharynx or throat. From the throat, it now goes to the larynx or windpipe, or voice box, sorry. From the larynx, it now moves to the trachea or windpipe. From the trachea, it now goes to the bronchus. Then from the bronchus, it now goes to the bronchiole. From the bronchiole, you see this arrow. Do you see that gray arrow?
Yes.
From the bronchiole, it now moves down to the alveoli. They have to enlarge it. They have to enlarge the diagram so that you know how the alveoli looks like. So it now goes to the alveoli, which is a grape-like structure. One of them is known as alveolus. Numerous alveolus is known as alveoli, or you can just term it alveolar sac. Then inside the alveolus, one of them, gaseous exchange takes place. You can see this diagram now. Can't you see the carbon
Yes,
dioxide there
sir.
and the oxygen? So carbon dioxide
Yes.
is moving out from the alveoli to the lungs, to those different channels that I talked about. Remember those different channels that I
Okay.
talked about now, starting from the nasal cavity and all
Yes,
those
sir.
stuff. So it will move from where it
Okay.
is, enters the bronchiole. From the bronchiole, it enters the bronchus. From the bronchus, it enters the windpipe or trachea. From the trachea, it goes to the larynx or voice box. From the larynx, it moves to the pharynx, and then from the pharynx, it goes out through the
So,
nostril at the end of the day.
um,
So that's how carbon dioxide is being removed. Then the air that has already entered, gaseous exchange will occur whereby oxygen is taken in by the alveolus. And since you can see there that we have blood capillary, the capillary means that we have a network of blood cells, or not network of blood vessels, such as arteries and veins. The blood will now be circulated, especially through arteries. It will now be circulated to different parts of the body. That's what I meant. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
Okay. Now, mechanism mechanism of respiration in humans, or process of respiration in humans, especially from what I've read earlier on. Okay, so these are the processes. You see this diaphragm is a sheet of muscle. Diaphragm. So you can see you see the position.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this diaphragm, it separates the thoracic region, which is your chest region, from your abdominal region. That's what the diaphragm does. You get me? There's one more important thing. Before I continue, there's one important thing I didn't talk about. Let's take a journey back to the larynx. Before the larynx, we have a structure there. We have a structure there, although it's not labeled. You see that pointed structure, that one that looks pointed,
Yes,
close
sir.
to the yes, the one that looks pointed, close to the pharynx. We have
Yes.
what is known as epiglottis. 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 That structure is very, very important because it helps to channel food substances to the digestive system. That question comes out a lot. Oh. Now, this epiglottis, it does not allow food substances to interfere with the respiratory system, just like how I mentioned. Which one does that in a fish?
Yes.
Bang bang.
It's
Which
your
one does that
platform.
in fish? This time of
The gill
Papulo.
rakers.
What
Gilreka,
did you say? I
correct.
didn't.
Gilreka,
What
correct.
did you say, sir?
I said which one performs the same role that like I mentioned in fish, and that's Gilreka.
Oh,
So back to epiglottis. Now this epiglottis, it does not allow food substances to get into the lungs or the respiratory system, because if it gets into the respiratory system, that individual can choke, and God forbid, oh, if it's serious, that individual can choke to death. You know. I remember, oh, may his soul rest in peace. Oh. I remember back then when I was in secondary school, when they come for visiting day, it was a boarding school now. When they come visiting day, that's how we use our natural fiber. We don't use puno. Use our natural fiber. When somebody comes with a common food, we'll be like, oh yeah, now, oh yeah, okay. He has to take his portion first before he now gives us the rest, and we'll see us rushing like wild animals. Oh my god. So on this unfaithful day, this guy rushed. He packed a lot of food, and he was rushing the food, eating anyhow. Before we know what's up, the guy couldn't breathe. Oh. The guy couldn't breathe. Oh. We were praying kabash, kadosh, kadosh for where the guy couldn't breathe. Oh. The next thing we heard is the guy is gone, he's dead. Oh, well, that's why we calm down. None of us is like, well, we don't rush like that again. Oh. We just calm down. Now, what happened there? What actually happened there is that if you rush your food, the epiglottis, there's tendency that the epiglottis can slack, because once the epiglottis slacks due to that, food substances can now enter accidentally into the respiratory system. You understand? So that can cause a problem. Another thing that can cause a problem, if you rush your food, just like how I was talking about this guy, if you rush your food while eating, even without under pressure, if you rush your food anyhow, rush, there's tendency that that kind of thing can happen to you. Rush your food as if you are a thief. There's a tendency that that kind of thing can happen to you. Then another thing, if you are talking, especially you girls, Nancy and Co, you understand what I'm talking about? Bah, have you heard? Da, 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 da. There is tendency that the epiglottis too can slack, and once it's slack, it gets into that particular part of the respiratory system. The person can also choke to death. So that's why it's advisable to observe table manners while eating. Don't talk while eating. You get me? Has that kind of thing happened to anybody? As in, you choked a bit when you were eating because you were
Yes, a
talking or
lot of
something.
times,
That's what I'm talking.
but not,
That a lot of times, and you don't want to stop.
but not food. It was kind of
It was kind of what?
like my speech entering the wrong part. So I don't know. It
Okay,
happens a
yes,
lot
yes.
if
So
I'm
that is.
talking.
Now that's why you should count your words. Don't be the first to talk. Maybe you were doing talking competition. That's why that's why you kept going there. So as I was saying, what was
Wait,
I saying?
wait, pouch.
Can I continue?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
So that's the point I wanted to emphasize, the epiglottis. Now let's go back to process of respiration in humans. Let's go back to process of respiration in humans. So first and foremost, we have inspiration and expiration. What's the meaning of inspiration?
Like process of taking in of oxygen.
Yeah, exactly. So another way of taking
inhalation.
of calling inspiration is inhalation. What about yes? What about expiration? Taking out is the opposite. Taking out oxygen.
Inhalation.
Another name for expiration, yes, exhalation. It's not
Exhalation.
exhalation. For expiration, it is exhalation. For inspiration, it is called inhalation. You get it? All right, we're going to look
Yes,
at
sir.
inspiration or inhalation first and foremost. I would like you guys to carry out a practical, because that is what used to help me during exams, especially if they ask this kind of question. I want you to take a deep breath, taking air, taking air with a deep breath. Okay, and I'm going to tell you. I want to tell you what happened. One of the things that happened is that your breastbone, which is found in your chest region, your breastbone moves forward. You call it breastbone or you call it sternum. Sternum. Your breastbone moves forward. Can you touch the middle of your chest? You see that bony structure there? That is your breastbone. Hmm?
Yes,
I
sir.
I don't say you should touch your breast too. I say that middle structure, between your chest, head.
I
That's your sternum.
know.
Okay. Azim, are you following?
Yes, sir. Sir, but I don't have breast.
Everybody, for whether you
You
are a
didn't
male
say
or
as if
whether
you didn't say that.
whether you are a male or whether you are a female, you have breastbone. It doesn't mean that you have breast. They call it breastbone. They call it breastbone, or you call it sternum. You get me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your sternum or breastbone moves forward. Then another thing again is that your ribs moves upward and outward. Now, if it's a skinny person that takes in air, you will see the ribs very well. You will see the ribs very well. You will see the curves very well. You get me? But if it's a fat person,
Like
you might hardly see.
like me.
Are you skinny? Are you skinny?
Like me
Hmm.
too.
like me
Like me
too.
though.
Like me too. Everybody's skinny now.
Ah,
So if you observe, the ribs will come out. You understand? It will move upward and outward. So that's one. That's another one. Then another thing you should notice that the air, the air in the lungs will increase. That the volume of air in the lungs will increase. And according to Boyle's law in chemistry, according to Boyle's law, once there's increased volume, what happens to the pressure?
The pressure decrease.
Exactly.
It
So the
decreases.
pressure also, yeah, the pressure decreases once the volume increases. Then we have what is known as intercostal muscles. We have what is known as intercostal muscles. Intercostal. The intercostal muscles contract when you breathe in. The intercostal muscles contract when you breathe in. You get me? Now take note. We have two types of intercostal muscles. We have external intercostal muscles and internal intercostal muscles. We have external intercostal muscles and internal intercostal muscles. If you observe this diagram now, the external intercostal muscles is found close to the surface, connected to the ribs. That whitish substance you see there is the rib. Then the internal intercostal muscles is also connected to the rib, but is found internally. They are muscles. You get me? You get me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Now, one thing that you have to have at the back of your head is that when you take in air, the main one that contracts is known as external intercostal muscles. That's the main one that contracts. Then, as the external intercostal muscle is contracting, the internal intercostal muscles relax. Are you getting it? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Because they can ask you a question. They can ask you a question, and they want you to specify which of them is actually contracting. If they don't put external intercostal muscles or internal intercostal muscles, and they're talking about inhalation, then you go for contraction of intercostal muscles, meaning that they did not specify which one, whether it is external or internal intercostal muscles. But if they specify that which one carries out contraction, is it external intercostal muscles or internal intercostal muscles under inhalation, your best bet will be external intercostal muscles. Am I making sense what I'm saying, Jagons?
I'm making
You're
sense.
making sense, sir. Sir, please, I want to ask a question.
Okay.
Sir, please. So, is it that the external intercostal muscles, that one doesn't actually relax? So, its own function is just to contract.
Look, calm down. I know I'm talking about inhalation. When you talk about inhalation, it contracts. But when you talk about exhalation, it does the opposite. It relaxes. Then the intercostal muscles will now contract.
Okay, okay.
Yes. So another thing that you need, I talked about diaphragm. So under inhalation, if you carry out inhalation, the diaphragm, it contracts and flattens. The diaphragm contracts and flattens. So you can see where it's positioned. Hello, are you guys there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the diaphragm contracts and flattens. You get me? Now, the next thing I want us to talk about is exhalation, the process of exhalation. Now, exhalation does the opposite of all those things that I mentioned. Can you, from what I gave you, can you tell me the opposites if you are paying attention?
Come again.
I said for exhalation, it does the opposite of inhalation. I've given you all the processes of inhalation. Can you give me the opposites of all the inhalation under exhalation? All right. I don't want to bring my trash and sleep here. Let me just tell you at once. So, for exhalation, first and foremost, the air in the lungs decreases. And once the air in the lungs decreases, that is the volume of air in the lungs decreases, what happens to the pressure?
The pressure decreases.
Why now?
Easy,
The,
sir.
the pressure
It
increases.
increases.
Yes, the pressure increases. Then another thing you should note is that when you breathe out, can you breathe out? When you breathe out, what happens to your sternum? Does it move forward? When you breathe out, does it
Yes,
move
sir.
forward like the first one?
No.
It goes
Oh,
backward. It moves backward, right?
Yes.
Yes, it moves backward. Then another thing is that your ribs moves downward and inward. Your ribs moves downward and inward instead of upward and outward like the first one. It moves downward and inward. You can carry it out as I'm talking about it. You can practicalize it. You understand what I'm saying? So it moves downward and inward. Then another thing is that the intercostal muscles relax when you are breathing out. Your intercostal muscles does what? It relaxes. Like I said, if they want you to specify what happens to external intercostal muscles. Hmm? What happens to external intercostal muscles?
it relax.
Yes,
It
it
relaxes.
relaxes. Then what happens to intercostal muscles?
It
It
contracts.
contracts.
They contract. Beautiful. So that is what happens under exhalation. Then, if you look at the diaphragm relaxes under exhalation. When I say it relaxes, it does not form a flat shape anymore. It does not go flat. Instead, it forms a dome shape, just like a dome. You know what a dome is, that right? Just like a loop. Yeah, just like a loop. Yeah, something like a loop. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So it forms a dome shape. That's what happens when the diaphragm relaxes. What else have I not said? I think that's about it. That's about it. So those are the processes that occur in exhalation and expiration. Okay. Another thing they can ask is you should be able to differentiate what is the meaning of external respiration and internal respiration. So let me explain. External respiration is talking about the relationship between air in the environment and respiratory structures. all those respiratory structures that I mentioned, like nostrils, like nasal cavity, like trachea, and the host of others. So external respiration is talking about the relationship between air in the environment and the respiratory structure. That's what external respiration is talking about. Then internal respiration is talking about the main definition of respiration, which is the taking in or which is the presence or absence of oxygen in order to break in. Oh, I beg, let me explain again. So when you talk about internal respiration, it's talking about the breakdown of food substances in the presence or absence of oxygen in order to release energy. That's internal respiration. Whereas external respiration is talking about a relationship between air in the environment and respiratory structures. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Nancy, do you understand?
No, sir.
Which one? I know is it internal respiration that you're confused?
Yes.
Okay, internal respiration is similar to definition of respiration. The main definition of respiration. Now, internal respiration is talking about the breakdown of food substances in the presence or absence of oxygen in order to release energy. And take note, this internal respiration takes place in cells. It takes place in cells. So that's the difference between internal respiration and external respiration. Do you understand it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I think we're done with that. Plants. This is the last one. Now, in the case of plants, plants do not have a sophisticated network of respiratory structures. They have simple respiratory structures, which are guard cells and stomata. Guard cells and stomata. Guard cells and stomata. Now, what is stomata? Stomata is talking about the space that is found in leaves, especially the underside of leaves. If you see a leaf, you see there's a shiny part, which is the upper part, and there's a part that is a bit dull, which is the under part. I'm talking about the under part. There are tiny, tiny holes which are known as stomata. Sometimes they call it stoma. Now, these tiny holes are controlled. The opening and closing of these tiny holes are controlled by what is known as guard cells. So the guard cells control the opening and closing of the stomata or pores on the leaves. How does this work? Whenever the guard cells lack water, when there is a kind of like hypertonic kind of solution in in the leaves, the guard cells lack water and then they shrink. So as they shrink, they close the pores on the leaves. They close the stomata on the leaves. They don't allow it to open. But when there is turgidity, yes, when there is turgidity, inflow of water, like a kind of a hypotonic solution, whereby water is moving to the cells, you find out that through osmosis, whereby water is moving to the cells through osmosis, you find that the guard cells begin to swell or carry out what is known as turgidity. And as they are swelling, they are carrying out opening of the stoma. They make the stomata to open. Now, in the act of the stomata opening, gaseous exchange will take place, whereby oxygen can be taken in, carbon dioxide can be taken out. Now, don't misquote me. During the day, plants make use of carbon dioxide in order to carry out photosynthesis. So there is less amount of oxygen that is taken in by the plants. But in the night, the plants they carry out respiration, they carry out breathing just like every other animal do. They take in oxygen and then take out carbon dioxide because every living organism needs oxygen, whether you are a plant, whether you are an animal. So don't think that plants do not carry they don't take in oxygen. They do take in oxygen. They make use of oxygen, especially in the night. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is how it works. I want us to do some exercises. Please, 1 minute. Let me charge my phone. So you can see the percentage. What's the percentage there?
8.
Okay. Let me charge my phone sharp sharp. So I'm going to do some exercises. Let me find out whether you're following. Are you ready? All right, can you see the first question? Can you see the first question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, do. I know it's easy. It's easy peasy for you. Tell me when you are done with the first 3 questions. Respiration can best be defined as intake of oxygen, release of carbon dioxide through the nose,
It's me.
oxidation of food substances to release energy, breakdown of glucose in the stomach, exchange of gases between lungs and blood. So give me the answer. Number 2. Don't give me the answer now. Write it down. You are going to mark it yourself.
I don't pack moisture. I've really put the oil safe. I reduce it.
Number 2. The main site of cellular respiration in the cell is the Let me quickly give you that one because I know you will not know it. Or do you know it? I should just leave it for you. Later I'll explain, are we?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, let me leave it now. But that question is based on internal respiration. Can I move to the next set of questions?
I do not take too much. Oh. I've really put oil, normal oil. Granite oil. I did not know that one was still. I was thinking it's tomato and
I beg
pepper.
me too, before you pour still on all of us. So me too. So are you done with the first 3 questions?
I can't see the last one. It's only the question. The options are not.
For number 3, you can't see it.
I can see now.
Okay. So that's the next one is 3 to 4. I'll be 3 to 5. Are you done? Are you done? Uh-uh. Are you solving maths? Is it board maths? Are you done? Azim, how far are you done?
Sir, please, number 1 and 2. Let me see the question back.
Have you seen it?
Yes, sir.
Can I continue? Ooh. Can I continue?
Yes, sir.
So we stopped at 5. I'm going to 6. So I'm going to 6. So this is 6, 7, 8.
Sir,
Number
5.
5.
Sir, can you bring it down a bit? Bring it more. I want to cross check my number 4, please. Okay.
Can I go on?
Yes, sir.
I should move to 7, Abby.
Not yet.
No. 6.
Are you done? Are you done? Is Azim still there? I've not heard Azim's voice. Mr. Azim, are you there? Mr. Azim has scammed again. When I move to number 8,
Yes, sir.
I prepared 20 questions, so I want us to try and finish it. Okay, you know what? Let's do 10. Let's do 10 because my time is almost up. Let's do 10. We'll stop at 10. Then the remaining, I'll give you as assignment. I'll post it in what do they call it? Your what's the name of that platform again? Telegram. Your Telegram platform. Is that okay? Is that okay by you?
Yes.
People are so serious. They are
Yes,
so.
sir.
This is not the main jam. This is not. This is not the main jam. This is why everybody is serious like this. All right. Are you done with number 10?
Sir, please come forward.
When you say forward, you want me
Like,
to come down?
no, like up. That 10, the D is not showing well.
Now go.
It's better now.
Is your screen having issues, like the down part of your screen?
I'm done, sir.
Is everybody done? Ella, are you done?
Yes,
Nancy,
sir.
are you
I'm
done?
done.
All right, let's go through the questions. The remaining 11 to 20, I'll give you as assignment. So number one, respiration can best be defined as and the answer is B. Oxidation of food substances to release energy. How many of you got it? Who got it? Nobody wants to talk. Who got it now?
I got it.
Correct. Then number two, I know this one will shake you people. It will shake you to your bone marrows. The main site of cellular respiration in the cell is and the answer is C, mitochondrion.
Mitochondria.
You know, in a mitochondrion, we have what is known as Krebs cycle, or citric cycle, or tricarboxylic cycle. So that is the main place where most of the energy takes place. Then we also have what is known as glycolysis. Glycolysis, a little amount of energy is used up. So in the case of glycolysis, it can occur in cytoplasm. Glycolysis occurs in cytoplasm. Then Krebs cycle will occur in the mitochondria. So that's the main site for cellular respiration. So the answer is C. How many of you got numbers 2?
So I got it.
Wonderful, wonderful, beautiful. You will have 400 over. Okay, it's 400. You will have 450 over 400. Amen. Number 3. Which of the following is not a characteristic of a good respiratory surface?
Yeah.
And the answer is C, thick surface. If there's thick surface there, that means gaseous exchange will not occur now. How many of you got this one?
I did.
Correct. Can somebody check? Is this guy online? Azim?
No.
Let's see. It's well. Number 4. The function of a moist respiratory surface is to, and the answer is B, enable oxygen to dissolve before diffusion. I know all of you must have gotten this one now. This one is too simple now. Did you get it?
Yes, we got it.
Correct. Number 5. A respiratory surface must be thin in order to, and the answer is B, allow quick diffusion of gases. This one too, you must have gotten this one.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Number 6. Gaseous exchange through the body surface occurs mainly in beautiful. Oh my God, wonderful. Correct. Number 7. The process by which amoeba takes in oxygen and releases carbon dioxide is, and the answer is C, diffusion. Who failed this one? Be honest with yourself now. Be a very brave person.
I did.
Okay. There's no crime in failing. It's better you know your faults before an exam, the main exam. You understand? The next one, which of these animals uses cutaneous respiration? And the answer is B, toad. Correct. Number 9, in fishes, respiration occurs through the answer is B, gills. The main respiratory organ in insects is what? And that is trachea. How many of you got that one?
I did.
Who failed it? Ella, you came late too.
I got
Who failed
it.
it?
I failed it, guys.
You tried, oh. You tried. Wow. You just copied. You just got it. That's nice. Okay, so 10 over 10.
Imagine that. Yes,
Me, I
yes.
was not there. That's why I failed it.
Wow. So who are 10 over 10? 10 over 10. Send your answer. Sharp, sharp. Send your answer. Sharp, sharp. 10 over 10.
It's nobody. The question is somehow.
I would have sent, oh my God, I would have sent 30K right now. 30K.
I know that before now.
So you know that we will not score that. That's why.
You can say 20 now.
You can send 20 since we didn't
Sir,
get
put the money earlier.
It must be 10/10. Sharp, sharp. No,
That's
okay.
my brain.
Now I've notified you. In case of next time, I've notified you. In case of next time.
Oh, next time.
Uh, what you see,
30,000, right?
I'm just
I
like
can put 20 on
I'm
top.
just like Obi Kubana. What money now? What's that? Don't worry.
Yeah,
Don't
you know
worry.
what?
Okay.
So thank you very much. I had a very nice class with you guys.
Sir, please send the note. Oh, let me go through it again.
No wahala. So I had a
Thank you,
very
sir.
nice time with you guys. Please go through the note. Oh.
Okay.
Don't allow the notes to remain like that. Go through after
Yes,
each class.
sir.
Go through the notes. Then go through past questions. Do you have compilers?
No, I have oh,
I have
past
exam
subjects.
scholars.
But yes, but does it contain past question on JAMB
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Past
biology?
subjects.
Yeah. Is it do they do it topically or you just mix everything together?
It's topic by topic.
this
Oh.
topic. Yes,
Yes, that's very good. That's a very nice one. So
What's
you
the
can go.
name?
It's
exam scholars.
okay. Yeah,
Okay.
exam scholars. So you can go through the topics using that past question. Try and answer questions. Not that you look at the back, you look at the back small, you look at 5 questions, then you go, you're deceiving yourself. Just try and attempt the question before looking at the answers at the back. Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
sir.
Take care. Have a good
All
night's sleep.
right.
Bye.
Good night, sir. Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Yeah.